I'm here with Coach Weiss, the esports director and former wrestling coach of Old Bridge High School. How are you doing today?
Good, Kyle. How are we?
I'm doing all right. I got a couple of questions to ask for you, if that's
Go
all right.
for it.
All right, my first question for you is, how long have you been playing video games, and what would you consider to be your favorite?
So I can remember the earliest games I remember playing were computer games that you guys would have no idea what they were. My parents were excited because they thought I was going to be very into computers, but it was just gaming. But no, I am good. Like I am into computers. I do enjoy them. But the first game I really kind of remember playing was on the Super Nintendo. So I would say the Super Nintendo was my first console. So I've been gaming probably since I was 5 years old. And because the Super Nintendo was one of my first consoles, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is my favorite game to this day.
That's a great game.
Yep.
Piggybacking off of some firsts here, how long have you been playing in the esports scene?
So I actually used to compete in Super Smash Brothers when I was a freshman, sophomore in high school. I would travel the state of New Jersey and I would go to local competitions in person and play. I did pretty well. I was known throughout the state a little bit, but ultimately it was underground during that time period, unlike now where it's out in the open. High schools are doing it. You really had to go and find it during that time period. So to see where it's grown is actually extremely substantial of a growth. Yep.
So going from player to coach, and you were a former wrestling coach, if I'm correct with that?
Correct, and volleyball.
Oh, wow. So going from player to coach, what lessons have you brought from wrestling, and also your experiences have you brought over to your current esports?
So it's all about dedication. What I expect from my athletes was dedication to their team, commitment to their team. All the pieces can fall in line and will fall in line if everybody does what they're supposed to. So one of the major things I look for in my players is I want to know you guys want to be here, I know you want to improve, and I need to see that we are dedicated.
All right. Some more questions. What is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, obstacles you've had to overcome to be an effective coach for both wrestling and esports?
Being adaptive. Coaching, there's a lot more that goes into it rather than just running a practice and organizing it. You need to be adaptable. You need to understand your students, you need to understand your players, your athletes, what their individual needs are, and you need to be able to accommodate that every single day.
All right. And one final question for you. What has been your favorite part about coaching esports, playing esports, and coaching wrestling?
Simple. I'm a Old Bridge High School graduate of 2009. The fact I was able to come back, now I wrestled in high school when I was here. So when I came back, I was able to coach, but then this kind of began to pop up, and I kind of see it as a way to be able to give back to my community, give back to where I grew up. So this does have a little special thing for me in it.
All right.
Yep. Pleasure,
so
Kyle.
Much.
Hope to see you on Saturday.
All right. Good.